So if I stand to the ball here, I will ask the question, so I'm going to ask it to you now, the viewer. Where does the divot start in relation to the ball? Is it this side? Is it this side? Is it directly underneath? Now, I asked that question and at least 80% give me the answer that it is this side of the ball. Now, I know why they're saying that, but it's a big percentage that say this side. The reason the vast majority give me this answer, this side of the ball is where the divot should start, is based on their conception and their computer program, their onboard computer, basically saying to them, we need to get the ball up in the air. I want the ball to get up in the air. Now, to get the ball up into the air, it's really easy if we're practicing off a tee. Now, for this example here, I've got the ball here on a very sort of tight lie, very intimidating to the vast majority of golfers out there, and their first reaction would be, I can't get under it. I'd rather it was sitting in the semi-rough where the ball's sitting up a little bit, and then they can get under the ball. So the main reason that the divot would come this side is because in their attempt to in some fashion get under or help the ball up in some way, they're going to have to transfer their weight back to their trail leg, right side for me. And in some cases you'll see golfers who actually walk backwards away from the intended shot as a result of what they've programmed before they even started to swing the club. The correct place for the divot to start would come after we've struck the ball. So the divot, for me, right-handed player, would be left of the ball as I look down. So the ball would already have left the club face before my club is travelling either through the grass or through the turf or a big divot with the sand iron. So the ball is always struck first and the ground is always struck second. The only exception would be in a greenside bunker where we're purposely trying to hit the sand first. Apart from that, every time we hit a golf shot or a normal shot, we're trying to hit the ground after we've struck the ball. Now, many people, including you, the viewer, will sort of get that. Yeah, I know the divot should be after the ball, but then the next question is, do I do that on the golf course? And a lot of the golfers I ask that question to say no, they don't get the divot after the ball, even though they know they should. So their program, their switch in their head is still fully the opposite way to, if you like, where Tiger Woods would be. And we need to try and get over that side. And that side is one of hitting the ball down, trying to compress the ball. And we talk about shaft lean, etc., etc. But these are happenings within a very small amount of time down here at impact. So the best preparation is to get the onboard computer correct first, which is we look at the ball and we're trying to drive the ball out what would appear to be low, but with power the ball will start out somewhat lower than you may be accustomed to, but then the backspin and the power that's applied makes the ball climb so it's at its highest at the end of its flight. Now we can't do that if we're trying to lift it, if we're trying to scoop it or help it up in some fashion. And the other thing that happens with this is people will maybe do this sort of a swing and get criticised, or maybe they've had a lesson and they're working on their leg action, which appears to be the fault, but that finishing back here was an outcome of what was premeditated right at the beginning in the program. So if I was going to try and swing and lift a ball up into the air as quickly as I could, then yes, I would finish back here. This is correct if I'm trying to scoop the ball up. It's not incorrect. That's an outcome from what was planned, premeditated and programmed with your onboard computer, you know, quite a few seconds prior. But I'm trying to hit the ball down by using the club face, two hands, and keeping my head relatively still. So based on those three rules, if I try to hit down into the ball, well, I'm sort of in a position I like the look of, and that position is derived purely by the program that I started out with in my brain. Now, if I get into this position, you'll see Divot comes after the ball, and my legs actually want to feel like they want to go this way and not this way. And that's changed just purely by what my conception was changed earlier, to try to drive the ball down, low, out and up. And then your divot will come after the ball. So remember, it's not swing. This is not a swing lesson. This is showing you that your swing is a product of what was programmed earlier on. And it doesn't matter if you practice the leg action time and time again, when you go to hit the ball, it won't function. And it gets very frustrating for many golfers that experience that. But you have to get back to the root cause for all of your golf shots. The outcome is not the problem. You have to go back in time and figure out where the problem started. It gives us the shaft lean, it gives us the compression, and it also helps with our weight transference, because our weight transference is a key to getting the divot after the ball as well. But this isn't a lesson about the bits and bobs of the swing. This is purely conception and trying to get your head around just hitting the ball. But look, give it a try. It's 100% correct. It will improve your ball striking beyond belief. But leave me a comment if you want me to explain it a little bit differently. Yeah, just leave me a comment, like, subscribe, and until next time, thanks for watching.